Hey folks, Quilly18 here with another board game night. We're back to playing Pandemic along with Enter Elysium, Arumba, and cKnoor. Say hi, everyone.
Hi,
Howdy.
everyone.
Hey there.
And we completed our first orbit, and we didn't die yet.
That's a good start. Good start. I am up first as the operation expert who I just love building stuff, guys. I love it. Like, there are not enough research stations in all of the world for me to feel complete. So, as we did not at all discuss in the break, I'm going to take my 4 actions and move to Kolkata, Hong Kong, and then the slightly dubious choice of going up to Shanghai and put down a research station here. Just because it's closer to Seoul, and we are kind of expecting there to be an infection, and once that happens, all the infection cards are reshuffled, and then shit can get really, really real way too quickly. And with that done, I'm going to pull 2 cards. Oh, well, would you look at that?
We're really due for our first epidemic, I was going to say, yeah.
And I think that happens
right.
before I draw my second card, right? If I remember correctly.
It does, although you can go ahead and draw your second one now. I think it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
You don't draw something to replace the epidemic card.
No.
So, when we get an epidemic, this is where the really hairy stuff happens. First, we move the infection rate by 1. So, the infection rate determines how many cities get infected every turn when we draw from the infection deck. So, right now, it's still only going to be 2 cities, but it will get worse as the game goes on.
Yeah.
The second thing is that we have to draw a card off the bottom of the infection draw pile and drop 3 cubes there. So this is like a completely new city. So we've got the bottom of the infection deck over on the left-hand side over here. I'm going to drop a card out of that. Algiers. Algiers is going to get 3 cubes.
It's out of the way, but it is black again.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to run out of black cubes. We got to, like, luckily our medic is going to keep smashing down the black as much as possible, which sounds politically
Black
incorrect.
Plague.
Yeah.
I've got a thing against Black Plagues.
Then that goes into the infection discard pile. And then what we have to do is shuffle the discard pile and put it on top of the infection deck. So I will shuffle.
Yeah.
And then
so
put the whole thing on
here
top
is
of
that
the
because
infection
we
deck.
are putting the cards that have already been outbreak on top again.
Outbroke.
They've been outbroke and they've been like infected and stuff, and now we put them back on top. They're gonna happen again. So in theory, Algiers could be the next draw. So
Algiers, Mumbai, and Seoul would all be terrible.
those are like hit them ASAP. It's such a shame that they're spread out.
Yep.
Yeah.
We do have pieces that are 1 turn away from sorting them out. Like the dispatcher can move both the medic and the researcher. Well, actually, the researcher can get over to Algiers on her own if she wants to.
But unfortunately, that means waiting through my turn and then through the medic's turn for Algiers, and I still think Seoul will be waiting.
And I think I should be pulling 2 cards, right, off the infection deck,
Yes,
shouldn't
sir.
I? Yes, here we
have to
go.
infect 2 cities.
Ho
Ho
Chi
Chi Minh
Minh.
City is fine. That's okay.
And
Do you draw them immediately? Because didn't we already draw the epidemic as one of them?
no,
Yeah,
the
sorry,
epidemic.
Epidemic's in your
card.
player card. Yeah, sorry.
Yep.
So Istanbul, which was... Oh, over here. Yeah. All right, so we dodged the bullet, but bullets are still
I
in
just
there.
cleaned up this mess.
Well, not next time. Use gloves. It's like
People just don't wash their hands.
yeah,
It's like-
disinfection.
You see the Incredibles icon at the top?
Yeah.
Along the... There's a scene in there where he says, I just saved the world. It just keeps getting back into precarious position or something.
I
Anyway.
think there was an incredible themed version of Pandemic.
Really?
Yeah, you can play that in this. If you click that button, it'll tell you how to play it. Kind of.
Anyway.
But it's the dispatcher.
Okay. So
Yes.
I don't know if we've
Mr.
said to
Pink.
people at home, but the problem with 3 cubes is you can't have 4 cubes. If you get a 4th cube trying to fit into a 3 cube, every city attached gets a cube.
Which is very bad. It's called an
Yeah.
outbreak, which it advances the outbreak meter. If we get to the end of the outbreak meter, we lose.
Yep.
But also, it just means there's more disease cubes everywhere.
If
And
we
if we run out of cubes of a color,
Yeah.
we lose.
You get more ways to lose. This game just wants you to die.
It really does.
Oh, by the way, I now have 2 black cards. I've got Baghdad and Karachi.
Okay,
Do you?
So yes,
Getting
I
there.
do.
I have 2 black cards, and I can give
I have
those to you
one.
very easily. Where
I
is
have
your
one,
black
not that it
card,
matters.
Roomba?
Moscow.
Moscow. So if you guys got to Moscow, we
I
could do
don't
a
think we
trade there.
can, though, because we'll have to ignore the 3 cubes.
Yeah, I think
We
you've
could
got to
cure-
deal with the disease.
Well, we have the cards now. Let's just fight back the Black Plague for
Yeah.
a turn, and then worry about.
And in the
fixing
turn
it.
in between that, someone might draw more black cards, and it might become simpler.
Yep.
Right. So I'm going to move people. I think I'm moving. Am I moving Arumba to Tehran?
Yes, please.
So you can do Tehran and Mumbai. Who else do you want to move?
Here's an interesting idea.
Okay.
Oh no, the medic goes first. Ugh. Well, no, there's no good way of doing this. I was just say, if you can somehow move me in the same place as Arumba at the start of, or wherever Arumba is going to end, I guess you could move. No, there's no good way of doing it. Well, if you moved Arumba to Mumbai, and he cleared out Mumbai and then went to Tehran and cleared that out, if you left me in Tehran on my turn, I could give Arumba my cards, and then I wouldn't be able to take enough
You would
cubes
be able
off
to take
of
Algiers.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think there's a good way of doing it. That's too bad.
Okay, I'm going to just move you to Algiers, and I'm going to move cKnoor to Seoul. And that's the end of my go.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's no good way of doing it. Not if we want to clear Tehran.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just
suppose
going to spend my go making people's goes cheaper, in effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just getting rid of those
That's probably
movements.
fine.
But I don't think I can hit anything, which is such a shame because
It's also like I don't want to be the guy who's like, oh, the Black Plague isn't that bad, but currently, the Black Plague isn't that bad, even if it spreads, because it's not going to chain react.
not yet, but that can change very quickly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can the Black
so
Plague
yeah,
move
that's
into
fine.
the...
On my turn, I can move to another location like Baghdad.
Yeah.
Could the
Yes,
could the Black Plague
can go
spread
different
into the
colors.
blue?
Yes.
Ooh,
Yes,
that's
it can.
nasty.
But they don't cross-react.
So what happens? What happens if you have like 3, but they're different colors?
Yeah,
It
That's
does- they
still
don't cross-react.
outbreak?
You can have 3 and 3.
Yeah, it's
Can
just
it?
when it
Okay.
hits the fourth of one color is when it
Yeah.
goes bad.
Okay.
So I'll draw my cards.
Mhm.
Okay, I've got 2 red. And 2 black and 3 blue.
Ooh.
That's
Three
really
blue.
annoying.
Yeah.
Definitely have to do some swaps, or you can burn some cards. especially
Yeah,
if it's
like, I
dispatch,
might
you're in
just
a
end
pretty
up
good
burning
position to do
cards.
that.
I'm particularly useful for burning
How many
cards.
black do you have?
2.
2.
Okay, so we currently in our hands have enough black to cure the disease. It's just a question of figuring out who to get the black cards to.
It'll take a lot of moves to get them together. I think if someone can draw 1 and then Quill can add his 2, that'd be grand.
Yep.
Baghdad.
Okay, I'll drop a cube there. That's fine. And Kolkata, no, that's fine. Again, we dodged the bullet.
See, I'm not a Cylon.
This time.
You're just gonna nuke Asia.
Yeah, I was about to say,
at
I
some
need
point.
nukes. Just nuke Asia. No, not Asia. Nuke. Oh, God. That would be so politically weird.
Doesn't matter where you say you're nuking, it's going to sound bad.
Yeah. Nuke the
So,
whales.
medic.
Well, my turn's pretty straightforward. I'll spend turn 1 to clear out Tehran. Or move 1. Move 2 to go to here. Move 3 to get to Mumbai. And move 4 to clear out all 3 of those.
Medic
Yay.
doing medic things.
It's all
Okay.
clean now.
Nicely
Don't get
done.
it dirty again.
We haven't drawn Tehran or Karachi, have we? So
We have not.
Oh, shoot.
Well.
You guys are going to hate me.
Did you? Oh.
this is a
Oh.
good thing. It means that there's going to be a big break between this epidemic and the next one.
That's true.
It's
It
not my
actually
fault.
puts Algiers and Seoul will not get drawn because the cards in the discard pile are the ones that are there. So that's not so bad.
So we know exactly.
For those of you
what
who
we
don't know, there's currently 5 epidemics in the deck, which is about normal difficulty. You can go easier, you can go harder. And you do split them up when you build the deck, so they're supposed to be spread out relatively evenly. So yeah, you're right about there being a pretty decent break until the next one.
So we know we've got a break. And we also know exactly what's going to outbreak next. So we've got, what, 4 cards in the discard. And what outbroke last time?
St. Petersburg, Baghdad, Kolkata, and I guess Algiers. And
Yeah.
Is Algiers in there?
Well,
No, it's not in this card. It's in the infection deck.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, in the discard, though, we're going to be drawing the next 4 cards.
It's Kolkata, Baghdad, was it Istanbul, and Ho Chi Minh City.
yeah.
So
Fine.
those are the 4 that are going to be next, and
Calcutta and
we know they
Baghdad.
can't explode, which is nice.
Calcutta and Baghdad are going to be freeze, though. So
Yeah, they've got to be bumped down, but
Yeah,
nothing
but we've
critical.
got 2 turns where we know we're not going to break out.
So London is the new outbreak of the common cold, so it's going to get 3 cubes.
It's fine. I never liked
Yep.
London anyway.
So that goes... Oh, yeah, and the infection rate goes up by 1 as well. And then I shuffle the discard pile and put it on top of the infection deck. So the actual problem now is London. London has 3 cubes and is one of the top 5 cards in there. There's actually not a whole lot of cards. It's going to hit in the next 3 turns. We're going to get an outbreak in London if we don't do anything about it.
However, if you go, you can take one off Algiers, 1-2 London, take another one.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
if it doesn't draw in Arumba's turn,
Okay, Arumba, don't F this up.
You have one
Well,
more player. You have one more player card to pull before you take the infections.
Oh, so
As
the epidemic doesn't count as a player card?
Oh,
It
it does.
does.
It does. So if you pulled
Okay,
one already,
I drew
then-
one and then I drew a second. I've
Okay,
got 2
good.
yellows
Okay.
now, 2 oranges, and 1 black.
Well, this is way too spread out. We're all horrible at this. We shouldn't.
Yes.
We should pool our resources.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
We should set up some like Dropbox or something for bacteria.
Arumba, do you want to go ahead and draw infect 2 cities?
I don't want to, no. Kolkata.
All right, that's fine.
That's a 3, but yes.
And Ho Chi
Hey!
Minh City.
Okay, we dodged
s-
the bullet. That's good. I can get to London.
Yeah, and I can get well.
I'll do Kolkata and Ho Chi Minh City. So they're both at 3, which isn't great.
But they're not going to come up for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So we should be able to clear them out.
Well, we could probably cure black soon, right? Because we've got the cards.
I'm hoping.
Hopefully, we just have to find a turn.
yeah, it'll
Because
be
on my turn,
a gap. There'll be a gap before we can actually do it. Like,
so on my turn, my first action will be to remove 1 cube from Algiers, so now it can't outbreak. 2, 3, move to London, remove 1 cube from London, so it can't outbreak. And we know it's going to outbreak in the next 2 turns. In fact, it's got
Algiers
a
or
66%
London.
chance of hitting.
Algiers
right now.
won't go, yeah.
It won't go super fast, but Algiers, for all we know, could be in the next couple of turns as well. It could have been at the top
Yeah.
of the deck waiting to burst. So I got to draw 2 cards into my hand. So I've got 2 yellow, 2 black, and an orange. So no real good coordination. Does anyone have 3 yellow?
No.
Got 2.
1.
All right.
2 here.
Hopefully we can start dumping these soon. And then I've got to infect 2 cities. I get Istanbul. Okay, that's fine. And Baghdad. So Baghdad's now at 3.
Yeah.
Although it can't explode until we get another epidemic at least.
Yeah, and we know we've got a gap between epidemics, so we're okay for a little while.
Mm-hmm. So now it's Knorr's turn, the operations expert.
Oh, I should probably start by removing 1 from Seoul.
I agree.
Because I'm here, and that seems like a good idea. I'm gonna have a look at my hand. Okay, so I have 2 black. I've got Karachi and Baghdad. Baghdad I can pretty easily get rid of. If I end my turn on a research station. Or actually, I can just go to Baghdad.
Okay, so you've got 2 blacks, and Arumba, you've got 2 reds.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm trying to think. I need to give cards to people because I'm very at my hand limit. And right, cKnoor, you've got an ability that you can discard any card to end up at any city.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I happen to have Calcutta and Istanbul, so if you were to be on any one of those, or if you're going to be, in fact, if you were at Istanbul, I can go to Baghdad and I can pop to Istanbul and give you Istanbul.
Would that get him to 3 black?
Yes.
Because okay, and then I can give him my 2 black. Alternatively, if you could give me a black card, but I'm too far away.
No,
Okay,
this will work. This will work because I can.
So
move
you want
Yeah, I like it.
you want me in Istanbul, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm moved once. I'm gonna go to Shanghai. That's my 2nd action, and I'm gonna take my 3rd to go to Baghdad. And then I'm gonna ignore the Black Plague-ridden
Alternatively,
Baghdad.
I can move you.
Well,
You can take one off Baghdad and I can move you.
okay, I'll do that.
Because I
I'll
can
stay.
go to there, I can move you, I can move me, I can give you a card, yeah. And then
Okay.
Quill Oh, no, but that means Quill can't get to you and give you both cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not
if
doing
you
that
leave the
then.
cube on
Yeah.
Baghdad and you
Yeah,
do that,
I'm
and then
going to Istanbul instead, and that should be all my all my actions. And now I currently have 5 cards, so I'm gonna be at full capacity at this point.
You might
But-
just draw 2 black. You never know.
I might.
I can
Well, I
check to
drew
see
one. I
when
drew
you
one.
discard.
I drew Algiers, so I have 3 now.
Okay, so you don't need me.
And special event, government grant. Add a
oh, that's good.
play anytime. Add a research station to any city for free. I
it
might
now.
as well. Yeah, I
Yeah.
might as well play it now because I don't want it in my hand. The question is, where do we want a research station? I'm wondering if we should just put one in, in Sao Paulo, perhaps, just to add the movement, or...
I tend to ignore yellow, and it tends to work out fine. I think somewhere
Yeah.
like Ho Chi Minh City, it's only 1 away from an existing research station, but it has a 3. Or Algiers, or London. London might not be bad.
Yeah, I'm liking London because it's gonna get freaky soon. So I'm gonna go with London.
Sounds like London to me.
And now let's see London explode in the Common Cold, shall we? I'm psychic!
No, it's okay. There's only 2 cubes on there.
Yeah. Good work, everyone.
I'm being silent. I'm just trying to see when we have to discard. Oh, it's instantly.
Yeah,
if you
I think
ever have more than
instantly.
7 cards, discard.
That's why I'm really paranoid.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm gonna put a cube on London. Oh, well, not on the research station.
And as soon as
So,
we run out of cards,
Quill-
the game is over and we lose. So wasting cards because you hit your can limit and have to discard is really bad.
Kinshasa, which is down here.
Meh.
You're welcome, world.
Now, if you do have to discard at this point, it sounded like it might start to be safe to discard black cards because I think we've got enough for the cure for that.
Yeah. Well, we know we have. You've got 2, and Knorr's got 3.
Yeah.
So it's certain. So we're definitely sure on that one.
In any case, it's the medic's turn.
Is it mine?
No, it's
Oh, it's a
Elysium's.
dispatcher. Did I skip
Yeah.
you? My bad.
I haven't acted.
You were doing so much talking, I thought it was your turn. You're plotting.
I'm a Cylon. It's true. Who wants to be moved? I want to move Quill 1, definitely.
Yeah, I think you've got to save me a turn. Yeah, because that way, that'll be enough for me to move to Istanbul and then spend my last 2 actions giving my black
Yeah.
cards away. So
Arumba, do you want moving?
Well, I'm just thinking I would like to clear out the black, but at the same time, if we're going to get a cure, then I can just walk through all the cities and cure them without spending
Yeah,
an extra
but
move.
that's going to be a few turns off,
Yeah,
and they
it's
might
me.
explode before then.
3?
Okay.
Basically, at this point, we want the cure for black, not only because it's easier for you to remove the cubes, but also so that once the black cards come up in the infection deck, we can ignore them, giving us more time to actually work on the other cures.
Does that only
Because-
happen once we sunset the disease by deleting everything on the board, though?
Well, yeah.
that's right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't tend to bother sunsetting the disease just because it's so easy to keep it in check. And it,
I like sunsetting just because, especially black, because we have so many black cards in the infection deck.
that's true, though. Like, this might be the one
It's
time
great
to
if you
go for it.
can pull it off, but you can't like spend too many resources trying to do it.
We haven't talked too much about the infection rate up here, but currently it's at 2. Next time we get an infection, it's going to go to 3, and that means we pulled 3 cards on the infection deck instead. So basically, shit's about to get even realer.
What if for the next turn, for my turn, instead of putting me in Kolkata, what if I went from Mumbai to Jakarta? It's the same number of moves you just spent, but then I can go into Ho Chi Minh and Kolkata next turn. Is Ho Chi Minh?
Wait.
I mean that.
Where were you, Aruma?
He's
I was in Mumbai.
Yeah.
Okay, but
I can put you in Calcutta.
I feel
you
like
can delete Calcutta. you
Elise,
can go to
you're
Ho Chi
leaving
Minh.
yourself enough moves to go to Istanbul and give your card away, right?
Technically, I don't need to because we're going to be used a black, and I can just discard black.
Right. And I guess you can teleport anyone, including yourself, to another player. So it's just one move for you to end up in Istanbul. Okay,
Yeah,
right. I'm
Like,
forgetting.
if I wanted to move into Istanbul and give a card, it only takes me 2 moves. I can move to Istanbul, I can give a card. Actually, can I move any player to any one, or is it any player to me, or me to any player?
Any pawn to any city containing a pawn.
In this case, Quill, I'd move you to Istanbul instead of that one to Essen.
Right, of course. Forgot
Derp.
about that.
Yeah.
Derp, derp, derp. And then...
Smart.
You're going to
so-
want to end up in Istanbul, which only takes one action.
Well, I don't have to. I mean, you've got 2 black cards. cKnoor has
Oh, that's
3.
right. We don't need your cards. I was
Yeah,
forgetting
like,
about
I
that.
can burn my black cards. Remember, if you end up in Calcutta, you can delete Calcutta, you can move to Ho Chi Minh, and you can delete Ho Chi Minh.
Yes, the reason I'm thinking of going the other way, though, is that
Yeah.
my next turn is probably going to be cleaning up the black area. That sounds terrible. But so it would be better to do Ho Chi Minh first and then end in Kolkata.
I would disagree, because that free in Ho Chi Minh could well erupt very soon. Whereas
No,
the
it
black
can't,
ones-
because it's in the infection discard.
Oh, has it? Okay.
Yeah. Both Kolkata and Ho Chi Minh are in the infection discard.
Okay. It's not too bad.
I think all the big ones are in the infection discard at the moment.
Okay, so in theory, we can sunset disease entirely.
I think so. But I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure all of the ones that have 3 cubes are in the discard at the moment.
So, Arun, if I move you to... Where do you want to be moved?
I'm just thinking we're ignoring Ho Chi Minh, and I saw that card and so I'm worried about that city. And I think we should clear that city out. But it's my first time playing, so I don't know.
Well, I guess you can end up in the red area anyway, because Seoul is going to pop, Beijing's going to pop, and once Seoul pops, it'll be at 3 again.
Mm-hmm.
So if I move to Calcutta, you can go Ho Chi Minh, then up to Seoul or something. And you've
the
also
option.
and you've got 2 people near these 3 in central the Middle East. So
I think that's a fine move.
But once so like within the next couple turns, we're gonna cure this disease. It's a lot more logical for me to just move through those black tiles and just clear them out for free.
Well,
versus having you guys spend turns.
Yeah, but you're really good at doing it. But once we have the cure, correct me if I'm wrong, even the rest of our opponents remove all the cubes for 1 action.
Yes.
And there's already me
okay.
and Quill there. So even though it's going to take us more actions, you can't clear it all out on your own anyways. So
Yep. That changes it. I thought that you still could only move 1 at a time.
yeah, everyone else basically gets your ability, and you get to be Jesus.
Sweet. All right. Sounds
Okay.
good.
And I'll move... I'm trying to think. Do I need to move anyone else? Not really. I mean, I could move to the black area, but... I guess I'll move there just in case you need me to help clear stuff out next turn to sunset, but that seems fine by me.
Yep.
I'll draw 2 cards.
Okay.
I've drawn a yellow
All right.
and a yellow. I've drawn double yellow.
how many yellows do you have now?
2.
Oh.
Hey,
I have 2.
as do I.
Maybe Quill's just going to give up a lot of cards next turn.
I'm going to discard some blacks.
Potentially.
That sounds wrong.
Okay. That's fine.
And I'm going to draw some infections.
Hey!
And Milan.
Oh.
Right, which is fine. We'll have to stress about Milan soon. So let me put a cube on Milan and a cube on Mumbai. There we go.
Okay, cool.
All right, this is fine.
Good.
Now it's the
Good.
medic's turn.
Do we want to...
That was the timer, yeah.
That's-
Well, we're on the verge of curing the Black Plague. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing's, we're about halfway through, or we're maybe, 2/5 of the way through our player deck. So there was definitely a clock, but so far so good.
Yeah,
Like smooth
Black's-
sailing.
Black's been the important one. Black's been the one that's been threatening us. And if we manage to cure that, then we're ahead.
This white
That's
yellow
true.
is going to sneak out of nowhere out of Africa here and destroy us.
Ebola never does anything.
It's harmless.
All right, folks. See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Hey, Shiny.
See you soon.